That's my only vice.
Hello, how you doing?
Peyton, give her a big old hug.
Who, Preston? Yes.
Yeah, Presley. Sorry. Presley and Peyton mix up every time. And I had Preston.
Think it'll be a big turnout tomorrow, Jim?
Looking at early voting now.
I know, they don't look too good, early voters.
Richard Hardy.
No.
Yeah, for about 20 years.
Of course, you know, the Democrats
All I
are
know
turning
about
out
your
because
city is
none of them
that,
are primary.
Yeah.
They used to go to the 8th grade when I was going to school.
Yeah, 97,
No.
they had their first graduating class.
Burkharder and that other boy that's running now, they're the big determinant tomorrow.
Roy Brad.
They built the addition with the gym while I was there.
Both of them on the,
That was a joke, because the high school was just about empty all the time now.
both of them Democrats or how?
Republican.
Both on Republican.
I don't know George that
Oh,
way.
you're good. You've still got about 4 minutes. Plenty of time.
Brad really fights hard against
I was wondering if you were coming to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of people don't buy counties there.
Well, they say he's first of pop,
Yeah.
but he won't accept what's been going on for 20 years now.
That might have recorded.
Be a pretty good race between them.
Yeah, I think so.
Check with Vicki Messer.
I mean, Joyce is though.
Vicki Messer. It's Travis Hickman's sister. She does Sequatchie Valley now. She may have
We're
it.
hustling real well, me and him. Haven't been in a long time.
Yeah, I like her husband. I bet him.
That's why I choose not to do that. I take it home and run it through a program.
I think that's smart.
And it's what's the point of having it?
So I understand.
Also, this should take your place and take a part in
Gonna slow
the
down a little bit.
Congratulations.
The computer. What's the point of having it live?
That's right.
Because if it's live,
So proud of her.
if it's like this,
Yeah, you get to Las Vegas. You know, things like Las Vegas.
You going with her?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was a.
I'm gonna have to sneak out of here about 5:30. I've got another meeting and they just need to duplicate me and just send me wherever I need to go.
are you a Gemini? Can you be in two places?
I don't
Or can you be two different personalities like I do?
I'm giving it a shot.
I put it in the microwave in about 30 seconds. And it was, man, that was good.
Very good. Can't get that around here.
I like that flakiness to the texture of it. He's getting his bone marrow transplant.
What are you doing, Ms. Rhonda?
I'm doing fine. I saw you the other day and I waved, but I didn't know if you saw me when I was.
Probably not.
Joseph.
I'm spaced out
Well,
here.
your wife waved at me.
What?
Your wife waved at me. Come in. She waved.
I'm sure she did. Try not to hit all the critters when they're running across the road.
Oh, I mean, when we came down the hill, Michelle, I had to come over there and let her critters out to play.
That's a whole lot.
And y'all's got real noisy and everything, so.
She probably did. Citizens question
In the broke chair. Some of these are crazy chairs.
Big enough, you want to leave us off in prayer, we'll get us meeting started.
Dear Lord, we want to thank you once again, Lord, for this beautiful day that you gave us, Lord, the sunshine. We just thank you, Lord, for this community and our friends and family that live here, Lord. We just ask that you will let us conduct this meeting. It's pleasant to your eyes and the way we should handle it. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right. Today is May the 4th, and I'm opening the meeting up. We got any old business to talk about? Yeah, we will. That's what it is. Everybody read the minutes from the last meeting? They're here, motion to pass it. There a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. None opposed? Anybody opposed? Motion passed. New business. Any new business?
Grants.
We're just waiting on the grants. Just in limbo right now. We're just waiting on the answers or anything else. We got a $25,000 grant for a road survey. If we want to do that, they pay for how the roads, they'll tell you if the roads needs to be paved or not be paved. I can tell you that, but we was awarded the $25,000 grant from the state. If we want to take it, we can. They send an independent contractor out, ride the roads and stuff, tell you what road needs to be patched, what roads don't need to be patched. You're dealing with the state too, so, but it's got to do with the roads over here in New Hope, so we're going to see where we're at with that, and I'll let everybody know next meeting. So but yeah, on the playground grant and the track, we got everything sent in, all we're doing is just waiting now.
I noticed that there's some material and stuff out here that they fix to get started on.
Yeah.
On that part.
Yeah. We're gonna turn this room in here, next door here, into a room where anybody that lives here in the city and stuff can have a meeting or a birthday party or family reunion or anything like that. Get together if you wanted, somebody wanted to, somebody bingo night, somebody want to have bingo out here, or Hickory Nut want to buy everybody ribeye steaks, or grill steaks out or whatever.
I like that.
When's that happening there?
I'm not sure.
We'll miss that.
But we're in the process of fixing that up where we have a community center for everybody to use. If you live in New Hope, you can use it. So once we get it completed and everything else, we'll tell everybody that, like I said, if you want to have a birthday party out here, you can, or any kind of meeting or any kind of event for the, citizens. So that's where we're at on that. Police chief, what you got for us?
Well, we got, first of all, we got Murfreesboro Police Department's been gracious enough to help us out with some vest stuff, so we're going to be getting basically level 3A Kevlar and some rifle plates as well. That's free of charge to the city, so we're getting that. We'll actually have enough for everybody with the agency, but we'll have more than we need so that if we bring anybody else on or something gets broke, we have additional. Stats for this year, just kind of need to share this with everybody because most people wouldn't think about it or realize it, but since January the 1st, we've had 234 incidents here in New Hope. Most people wouldn't think much about it. That's including traffic stops, burglar alarms, anything you can, any type of call we would respond to. Included in that, there is one fire call that was included in that for the fire department. It ended up being a false alarm, so that's a good thing. And 3 of those were EMS calls. We don't, for whatever reason, where I came from, we went to every EMS call. everybody we here in New Hope knows that if there's a med call in the city, we respond. We've got a lot of guys that have. We were blessed to have some really good training where we came from, and we have some advanced EMS top training. So we do respond to those calls when we know they're occurring. Sometimes I don't get notified until an ambulance goes by, and then I just follow it. So, but it's always good to have law enforcement there to secure the scene. So, but in total, 234. And since January, there's been 22 physical arrests where we've actually taken people into custody, and a total of 52 citations this year so far.
We're gonna go over the budget tonight too, and get stuff ready. We're getting ready. If everybody sees everything's okay and everything else, we're getting ready to put another full-time officer on evening shift. He'll be working 3 to 11 or something like that.
If the budget's approved, we'll have 2 additional, and basically every night will be covered. We'll have all but 2 hours, roughly 2 to 4 hours a day. There'll be police coverage in New Hope. With New Hope Police, not the Sheriff's Office.
We're trying.
Have some ordinances, which Jeremy has come up with.
We're trying to get where we got police coverage over here all the time. I get calls all the time when South Pittsburgh comes over here. What's South Pittsburgh doing over there in New Hope? Are they over in New Hope, So we're trying to get it where we're covering our own town.
And to add to that, sometimes they're over here, they're backing our guys up. They're our closest backup, and they are very good about sending somebody to help us out.
If Marion County's on the other side of town, they'll call South Pittsburgh back, New Hope up, or, they come over and back stuff up. A lot of people don't like it because they come over here, but everything's going pretty good. I've only got like 2 people call me all the time. They're raised Cain because we patrol their area. They don't like it because police patrol by their house. So yeah, the chief can tell you. But if you live here in New Hope, we're trying to get better protection and stuff. And we're trying to take care of New Hope. We ain't worried about everybody else, but we're trying to take care of New Hope. That's where we're at. We got, you got the one ordinance you brought up, man.
Both of them are the ones out. One of them is for, it's an ordinance about disorderly house, and the other one is a noise ordinance for the city of New Hope.
Yeah.
Specific. Currently, we have state law, unlawful sound amplification, which basically is if I can hear your radio 50 feet away, you can be stopped and given a citation for that. But we didn't have anything, there's nothing that really governs quiet times or anything like that, and most other towns do have that. So basically, New Hope now, if this is passed, from 10 o'clock till 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning, you're not allowed to be filling your barn at that time, or working on your car, revving up the engine, or acting a fool when most decent people will be trying to sleep.
And we get one call from one person over here. He works on vehicles. He works on at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. He revs motors up, and we're getting calls like crazy on.
And it's unfortunate because there's really not a lot we can do about it right now.
Right.
So that's what that one's for. The disorderly house, that really comes from where the situation we have that house where everybody can think of probably 1 or 2 where we are constantly having calls to. It is a nuisance house. It is the place where everybody that walks down the street staggering comes from. That's what that ordinance is for.
We've been getting that name, and every week they're arresting somebody for drugs over here. I mean, we're getting a lot of drugs coming through here. A lot of drugs.
You can probably smell it.
You can probably smell it now.
Have the evidence right.
So are those ordinances written up?
Yes.
They're not vague?
No, ma'am. I wrote them, so they're pretty. They're pretty.
You know when you're in violation?
Wrote out, yes, ma'am. And most every agency, and we certainly would be, that anything that's going to be new, there's going to be a warning period before we would go slapping a fine on somebody for something brand new. So.
Only thing that I noticed about this sound ordinance is there needs to be something in here for agriculture.
There was one.
There's construction.
I don't think legally you can do anything about it.
No, I thought it was specifically in there included, but I may have not, but it still has to be governed by state law. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do anything about agriculture. You can forget that. That's just like big trucks on the road. You're hauling chicken or chicken feed, you can't do.
If you got a cow that's moving too much, I can't do nothing about that.
What about the chain breaks?
If the dog's barking too much, I can.
Yeah,
So,
there's a difference between the dog and the cow.
some towns do adopt that, and it stands in court. The chain break.
Yes, I don't like it on my
I
house.
understand. The problem with that is, with it being a state highway, we'd probably have to do somebody way above my pay grade would have to deal with that, so.
Yeah. They had a problem with the jake brakes on here before, a long time ago. I remember sitting on the board and everything talking about it.
Definitely wake you up out of a dead sleep.
I can tell, just from where I live, that the traffic has slowed down.
Yeah, the number of citations is down.
They're slowing down.
And that's ultimately what we want.
Plus the traffic has increased around here too.
It has.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so that's, more people moving in or we're coming through or something like that,
Yeah. The traffic's up.
Especially.
There's a lot of people come
Oh,
through.
yes. A ton of people.
Let me know when y'all get done looking at the ordinances there. We'll go from there.
I'll make a motion for the noise one.
Noise. I hear a second.
I'll say that.
All in favor? Motion passed. Anybody got anything you want to bring up, talk about? Anybody go ahead while they're looking at stuff.
On those dump trucks, they start running at 5 o'clock in the morning down Long Island. I don't know if that would be included in
To that specific issue, I can't really say anything right now. But anything, if this is passed, this first reading, it just passed. Still got one to go. If it is passed, then yes. If they're doing any kind of work that would be interfering with an average person trying to sleep or what would be considered the quiet hours, then yes, it could be enforced.
Well, yeah, they have been. I've talked to the mayor about this already. Come down our block. Right?
Now, I can't, vehicle traffic, I cannot stop them from driving. I can stop work from being done, if that makes sense, if the work is what's causing the noise. The truck itself driving down the road, interstate commerce, I can't really.
Right, and so there's nothing that can be done about that, because I don't hear the quarry.
Yeah.
I do. It's not that, it's a quarry, I get it, it's a quarry. But, like I said, I was talking to the mayor about it, they were coming down at 5 o'clock in the morning, back and forth at that time, waking us up, And legally, they're not supposed to start till like 7 or something like that, aren't they?
Well, that's what this ordinance
Right.
is saying.
Be a big help for sure.
And Chief,
And they blast too, that's another thing, and without warning. So I mean, that's another thing.
I understand the concerns, I do,
Yeah.
but I can't really talk about that right now.
Okay.
Again, there'll be a time where we're able to.
Right.
Chief, the amount of dump trucks I've seen past the house not tarped, and I know you had talked to me about writing a ticket, but I sat there and watched 5.
If they haul the big rocks, they don't have to tarp them.
That's correct. Even the gravel, as long as it's 4 feet, it's centered into the back of the dump truck, and it's not 4 feet over the top, they don't have to tarp it.
Okay.
Now, if it's even across, right up, and there's not a 4-inch gap, absolutely they have to, and I can, but
No.
I've been keeping an eye on any truck that comes through New Hope, and for the most part, they're 100% in compliance.
the second one ready yet? Nope. Anybody?
When is the beach gonna be open?
What was it, 17th?
18th. I think it's that Monday before the weekend.
Monday before the holiday, the 17th or 18th, whatever the
The
Monday.
only reason I ask is, not yesterday, but the Sunday before,
All the cars
there's cars parked along the side each,
on the highway.
on the highway, people going across it, there's,
They're going to the beach, they just ain't driving the car.
you know, but I think that's kind of a safety issue, if you ask me. I mean, I'm sure if somebody gets hit, it's not in any part of the city's fault, but still, it's, yeah, if the gates are open, less of a chance, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
We can open them gates, somebody wants to pay that $1,000 every month for us, we'll take donations. I'll open it right now, somebody wants to pay the monthly fee.
They're scheduled to be open the 18th.
Because it costs us $1,200 a month, to keep it open, that's why we don't, that's why we was wanting to charge $5 for people that didn't live in New Hope to open it up.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Is that happening or not?
Well,
Put it to vote. It's on
we're
hold.
gonna, it's too late and stuff, and what we'll do, we'll put a box in here, probably November, December, put a box in here and let all the citizens of New Hope come in and write, yes, they want to charge a fee, or no, they don't want to charge a fee, and I'm gonna let the citizens of New Hope, because y'all the one that pays taxes on it. Y'all are paying the $1,200 a month to keep it open.
Yeah, but like you were saying, we wouldn't have to pay the $5.
No.
Right.
Citizens, if you live in New Hope, you have to come in and get my Morgan. She'll put your tag number in your vehicle.
Right.
Then when he rides by up there and stuff, he'll see that tag and that, you know, and you don't get charged on it.
Yeah, the software, then we didn't have to pay for that. The company takes a little bit off the top of the $5, and the rest goes to the city. So,
But I wanted to do the right thing and let citizens of New Hope vote what they want, you know? If they want, you know, and that's why we kind of waited, we went up there, me and Josh went up there and worked on it. We got the beach cleaned up, got it up, everything ready and stuff, we got it ready. But we just trying to hold off, because like I said, it's $1,200 a month, you know, kind of, all you're doing is throwing that money out there. And there ain't that many people in New Hope goes up there.
Yeah, but I would think the beach is for everybody though.
The beach is for everybody, that's what I'm saying.
Right, so, I mean,
And, you know, nobody from New Hope really goes up there. And but y'all are paying for it.
Well, all of them.
Everybody pays taxes, New Hope paying for it. So we figured, right now it's too cold to go swimming, if you're gonna go swimming right now, it's cold.
it's cold, yes.
So, you know.
That's true.
I seen somebody here a while back was talking about the bass, they wanna go up there and see the bass. Well, you can park on the side of the road and walk in there and see the bass if you want to, but like I said, we're just trying to save money where we can. I don't wanna raise taxes. I told everybody I'm way against about raising taxes. We only charge 28 cents for taxes. We're trying our best to come up with other means and stuff to make money without raising taxes.
Murder. Well, we got these reappraisals just recently.
They'll send us a thing telling us we need to raise taxes. They did last year. They sent me a letter, the state did, saying, just like they did South Pittsburgh. South Pittsburgh's $1.74?
$1.74.
And they sent South Pittsburgh a letter saying, y'all need to charge $1.10. So South Pittsburgh needs to drop there. Ours, they tell us we need to raise ours, so ours is only 28 cents. Ours should be.
Because even at 28 cents, the citizens of New Hope are gonna pay more in taxes because of these reappraisals.
On the county.
On the county, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't affect city appraisal value?
And this is another thing. The county does not, we pay county taxes. Everybody that lives over here pay county taxes.
Yeah.
County does not do one thing for us. Anybody here name me something county does for us?
Well, I'm hoping to change that if I get elected.
County does not do not one thing for
Well,
us.
that's the thing.
I have to give it, the sheriff's office does cover a lot when we're not there. So I gotta make-
What I'm saying,
Other than that.
they don't fix no roads over here. They don't come on your property and fix nothing. you know, and we don't have to have a sheriff office. We get a full-time police officer, you know? But what I'm saying, the county don't really do nothing. When the county's over here mowing, we're paying them. City of New Hope pays for the county to mow the side of the roads.
Yeah.
At one time, we was talking about buying a mower and stuff, but the problem with that is, we buy a $100,000 tractor.
You got
You got to hire an employee, then you got to have insurance, because if you run over somebody out here and get killed
You
somebody,
gotta have workman's comp.
it costs us a fortune, so we're better off just let the county own.
Really, I know our taxes is 28 cents, but with these new appraisals, are we paying 28% on these new appraisals?
That's what I
It's gonna go up.
See, they say that they supposed to equal out somehow, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I ain't no tax expert, but we don't wait to see it.
I know by law, the county, it has to be a neutral.
Yes.
But I've never heard, and I'm curious about South Pittsburgh, but even New Hope at 28 cents, my property went up $120,000. And I'm supposed to be taxed on money I've never realized. You know, it's not the county, it's the state that it is.
So they sent me a letter last year, and I forget how much it was, but I think it was like 70-something cents. They told me I need to raise the taxes up to 70 cents.
It isn't gonna even out because I talked to Daryl Pittman and all of mine's gone out.
But there ain't nothing we can do about that. I mean,
Y'all just say.
City of New Hope, there ain't nothing we can do about it. If your taxes go up, it's still 28 cents. I can't have, just like my property, it went from 200-something thousand to 400-something thousand.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was worth that much money.
They really.
You know? But, you know, this property I bought 20-something years ago.
We will have to pay more, but it won't be because we.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
That's true, you know, what I'm saying is, it ain't called City of New Hope. It ain't got anything to do with City of New Hope. And just like Kimball, I think their tax rate is 10 cents, and they keep it that because where they can get grant money. You know?
Wow.
Sooner or later, I mean, taxes will go up over here. I mean, you know.
And it may be this year, and no fault of the city.
You know, ours will stay at 28 cents, as far as 28 cents.
Right.
You know,
But what the citizen pays out of the pocket is probably going to go up.
I think it's.
We have no,
28 cents on the dollar.
we have no control.
It is.
Yeah, we have no control of that. You know what I'm saying? We have no control of
But
that.
actually, the county does it. This came from the state. And they do it every 5 years.
So they'll send me a letter, and Morgan get it pretty soon, saying, City of New Hope needs to raise their taxes to such and such. They recommend that. That's what they say. So they sent it to me last year, telling me I need to raise taxes, and I said, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. But they, you know, it is what it is. Ain't much you can do about it. But yeah, as far as county goes, you probably taxes probably will be higher or whatever, but it's not because the city's raised the tax. All right, what's this next ordinance, Josh?
It's the disorderly houses. It's basically just expanding on ordinances that we have already.
Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion first.
Do I hear a second?
Y'all second.
All in favor? Motion passed. Citizens got any questions or anything before we get in this budget?
I have a follow-up based on some of the feedback I've gotten from citizens, okay? It's a 3-part question, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't screw it up again. This is a follow-up from the April meeting, and I'm just going to read what I have written here. Several statements were made, and this is an abridged version of the exact quote. Quote, open. All we was getting was $25 off a ticket, ... So we started our own court, ... So now we get the money off of our own court, ... We do not write a ticket unless you're 10 miles over, ... You know, 45, you don't get a ticket unless you're running 55, ... It's 30 on the side roads, ... You don't get a ticket unless you're running 40, or over 40, I'm sorry, running over 40, ... Compared to the other cities, ... Gotta make money somehow, ... For the city, end quote. Now, my research shows that speed limits are set based on the safety of the residents on a particular road, and that speed limit shouldn't be changed without research and a safety assessment by engineers. A few citizens have voiced concern that 10 mile over the speed limit, quote unquote, could be used as a defense should there be an accident, putting New Hope at risk of a lawsuit in the event of death or serious injury, including police officers and every member of this board. Now, the 3 questions are, did you get a safety assessment before you decided to do this? That's the first question. Part 2 of this is, will this greater than 10 mile over be honored by the Marion County Sheriff's Office and the THP here in New Hope? And part 3, did you intend to put revenue ahead of the safety of our police officers and citizens? Anybody?
So, I think the spirit of that conversation was that we have discretion. The speed limit is 45. I can write somebody a ticket for doing 1 mile over the speed limit. I am not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. My officers have discretion. I cannot tell them, hey, you can't write somebody for doing 46 and a 45. I can't tell them that. But they're also human beings. They're not going to go at somebody for 1, 2, 3, 5 miles over. And I don't want us to be known for a speed trap.
Yeah.
That's not what we're about. The goal is to get people to slow down. And I think when he brought it up earlier, I think we are accomplishing that. It's kind of goes back to the old seek justice, love mercy type thing. I don't want to, we just don't want to be known as that. And we are enforcing the law. As far as state troopers and the sheriff's office, I can't tell you what they'll do because they have discretion just like I do. I don't know of too many that were going to write a ticket that's not at least 10 over. That's just my experience in law enforcement. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I can name a few cities, I'm not going to, but it's not New Hope. So,
Using something like that, the judge might throw that out anyway or something.
What's that?
The judge might throw that out anyway. You know what I mean? You get taken for 2 miles over the speed limit, really?
I can tell you where I came from. If I'd have taken a ticket in there for less than 10 miles an hour, it wouldn't have happened more than a few times. I'd have probably got a conference in the background.
I can tell you this, for example, 20-something years ago, I was going through Campbell. State trooper pulled me over. I was running 3 miles an hour over the speed limit. Took it up there to the judge. Went up, had to go to court. Judge looked at it and he said, I told him quit doing that. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. Throwed it out.
I mean, you know.
And to the second part of it, this is a 3-part question, and I apologize. I can remember 2 of them.
I want to hear the third part again, too.
Okay, you want question number 3 again?
Yes, please.
Okay, did you intend to put revenue ahead of the safety of the police officers and the citizens? And where that comes from is, if you get somebody that's going 10 miles over the speed limit, or just 9 miles over the speed limit, and they get pulled over, knowing how reactive some of these people can be based on their personalities. There have been some people on these roads, and I'm just going to say Long Island is one of them, and Highway 156 is the other one, where people were happy that the traffic has slowed down. And they felt like 10 miles over the speed limit with a lot of the hidden drives that we have around here was just too much. They could see maybe 5 miles, but I mean, there's a lot of blind curves on both of these roads, and they're both state roads. So they're frequently patrolled by troopers and county. And, you know, what's going to happen if they get pulled over at 5 miles over and the person says, but in New Hope, the mayor said we could go 10 miles over on this road or any road here, and we'd be good.
I didn't say you could go 10 miles an hour over. I said they don't usually write one unless you go 10 miles an hour.
Actually, what you said.
I don't write.
You don't get a ticket unless you're running 10 miles over.
I don't write the tickets, okay? They write the tickets, and if you don't want us to give them no leeway, everybody, we can start writing tickets if they want.
We didn't change the law, so you can go.
That's right.
Discretion.
These are things that have been brought to me. People walk up to me and I'm like, okay, I'll pass this on.
And right to your, about the revenue, I think if we were really trying to put revenue ahead of safety, we wouldn't be giving leeway.
That's what I was.
You'd be right.
I'd be popping you for 1 mile over, but I'm not willing to do that. Integrity.
Speed trap.
And I'm not going to be on that.
If we was trying to make money, we'd be getting you at 1 mile an hour over. We ain't trying to make money. And I told Jeremy when we hired him, Caleb was sitting right there too. Hey, when I ran for mayor, that's all I heard. We want this speed slowed down. I'm tired of getting run over. Had 4 or 5 people tell me, if you catch me running over the speed limit and give me a ticket, I will never come to you and say anything. I want speed slowed down. We told Chief when we hired him, we want the speed slowed down. And that's all we're after, just slow it down. We don't care about writing a ticket.
And I will say, and I agree with you on Long Island, it shouldn't be 30 miles an hour in my opinion. As curvy as it is and as all the drives.
Exactly.
I don't think Lakeview should be 30 miles an hour and beyond, but I don't make, that's not my call. And the posted limit is what it is. Yes, we can enforce it for 31 over, but I guarantee you the same people that complain to you about it, if I did stop one for doing 1 to 5 over, it'd be one of them.
They weren't complaining, they were asking me questions, and the only thing I could say, because I wasn't about to answer this question, was I'm going to take it to the city and let you hear what they have to say. And that was the fairest way I knew, because it's not my place to answer those questions.
But it's up to Chief and them. I mean,
well, it's up to me who, but it's up to them what they decide. I can't, even as the chief, I don't have the, state law gives them discretion.
When people walk up to me just out of the blue and they see me before I see them and they say, what is New Hope coming to? And I'm like, I don't know, what's on your brain, you know? And they start. So I just have to bring it to you all because that is my due diligence. To be fair.
Well, we probably go back, instead of stalking people, we'll probably go back flashing lights at you when you're running.
I'm not going to do that either. So, that's their discretion goes both ways.
Don't make that call, man.
Did that answer?
No, I mean, and
I just told the people because I've had 2 or 3 different people ask similar questions, all 3 varieties of all 3 of these, and I said, you know, I can't answer that question.
Well,
Let me ask them and they ask.
If that isn't enough answer, they can give you more and
Yes.
we'll go deeper into it.
That's satisfactory to me.
And another thing is,
but they come talk to me.
and that's another thing, that's what I was gonna say. Chief is here all through the week. They can stop here and talk to him. We have monthly meetings and stuff. These people that's all concerned and stuff, they need to come in here, sit down in here, ask questions. That's what they need to do. Instead of sending questions through you or some questions through everybody else, come in here, sit here in these seats and get the details.
Actually, one of the questions was, does this mean after seeing the April meeting that if I'm running 10 miles over the speed limit and I go by and I wave as I go by, are they going to run me down and give me a ticket or are they going to let me go? Now, that was one of the questions I got. And I'm like, I don't know. So I cleaned up the question considerably.
Well, at 1 mile an hour over, you're breaking the law.
And I think I followed what you set out last month. If we were going 1 mile over the posted speed limit, we're
Right.
technically speeding.
Yes.
Right, right,
So,
right.
But as he said, it's their discretion, and it's their judgment on if it's a safety issue,
Yes,
depending
and I
on the
trust his
situation
discretion.
where it might be. And I feel like they have,
Yeah, they're the ones,
they make that final decision.
that's why we hired them. That's, exactly. Exactly, that's why.
And I promise you, we've gotten our teeth kicked in as far as comments and everything else about the fact that we are enforcing the law now. But, so, I mean, it's not, I don't mind questions, I don't mind hard questions. However, I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna say nobody's gonna get stopped if they're doing 10 over. Circumstances, this is the totality of the circumstances, as in anything, so, there's that.
As far as legally,
Yeah.
as far as legally, if you're running 5 miles an hour over, you're breaking the law. If you're running 1 mile an hour over, you're breaking the law. It's really up to them too. Anything else? We can start on this budget then.
Any, you want to say anything about Corey?
I'll say something. Hello, my name is Carter West, and I'm here representing Corey Blevins. He's running for the tag office, Marion County Clerk, and we're trying to get the office open from 8 to 12 on Saturdays, helping people in Marion County. There's a lot of people that works in Chattanooga, a lot of people, my mother included. And I actually go to Bryan College in Dayton, Tennessee. I'm on a golf scholarship. And a couple weeks ago, I had a problem, and my tags were fixing to run out, and you get pulled over for that. So how do we fix that to where I can get them on the weekends? Is you let Corey. I go to school Monday through Friday, and my tags were running out that Friday, and I couldn't go and get them renewed because I couldn't get back in time. So therefore, if you let Corey Blevins, we can open the office 8 to 12 on Saturdays and let everybody have a chance to come get their tags renewed. So, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go on.
Anybody else running, want to say a word?
Well, just get out and vote tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And they will be here tomorrow.
Fire department across the road tomorrow. They're open tomorrow.
You know about it?
What time in the morning?
I think it's 8 or something or something.
I want to say 8 to 5.
I know they're there, I know they're there at 6 o'clock in the morning, but maybe that's it, you know. But
I think it is about 8 to 8.
I think it's 8.
It's later than 5.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. So.
Just did not do.
Yeah, I want copies of the ordinances.
I was gonna ask.
Pass them on.
I was just cute. I don't know why it printed it like this. I hope y'all got your cheaters. I'm sorry. This is a rough draft. It's not set in stone. I've got to tweak some things still.
Will there be an additional workshop, or is this it?
This is probably gonna be it until the next meeting,
For the budget?
unless we see something in here we don't like or
Something
whatever.
squirrely. Things that are highlighted on there need to be looked at.
You need to be able to flash it on the wall.
Once we have the check, we need to get one.
And if there's something you see that needs to be added on there, just write it on your copy and I'll look at the folders later.
these things on here like.
I'll tell you what, let's do. I'll tell you what, let's do.
I say we need to look over, we need to have another work.
I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's, I'll take his home
That's what we need to do.
and, yeah, everybody look it over. Then we'll have a special call meeting,
That's what we
okay?
need to do.
And,
Because
yeah.
is it June the 1st?
Yeah, we gotta have it passed before July 1st.
We got to have it done.
Or July 1st.
Yeah, we got to
It's
have
gotta
it
be
done.
passed by June 30th.
Yeah.
By our June.
Well, it's gotta be before then, because she's gotta be able to.
Next meeting, we can get it done.
Yeah.
But we need to have a.
We need to have a-
So we'll have a special call meeting and go over it, but let's give time, everybody to go home and look at it and everything. Read it, so,
That'd be best.
yeah, that's the best thing.
And this is the budget proposal for next year.
Correct.
Is one gonna be somewhere where we can read it?
After it's passed.
After it's passed here.
That's a little,
So they ain't nothing set in stone, we'll get passed. That way everybody can look at it, Gordon. All right, so we're gonna have a special call meeting, so we'll go over it, everybody, gives everybody time to look at this stuff, everything. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting? Do I hear a second? Second. All in favor? No. Motion passed.